Good morning, good morning.
Rabbi Brag, מה שלומך?
ברוך השם, thank you.
Good.
איך עבר הלילה בארץ?
שקט כנראה, שקט.
So what the ceasefire in Lebanon is, at least נראה בסדר.
Who knows? Every minute it's a new world.
מה שמפחיד באמת זה, כמו שאתה אומר, אתה לא יודע מה יהיה מחר.
מחר בעוד שעה.
עוד שעה קורית.
It's very unnerving. You're finished with the yeshiva now, right?
Yeah. Last Thursday, yes.
So you have a little time?
בשבילי זה גן עדן, אתה מבין?
And the Rebbitzin stayed in the country?
No. She goes to work.
She came home. Okay, good.
Became Sunday, but let's say this upcoming Shabbat, we have Yitzchak and his children.
Oh, beautiful.
And his children. This is one of the main reasons I'm going is it's a place for the kids to come.
Right, it's relaxing.
Right near the water. For the Vora, as a grandmother, to prepare and to entertain.
Beautiful.
Last week I said that last week Tuesday was the Yahrzeit of the Ohr HaChaim. I made a mistake. It's today. I prayed Shachrit early in a place that they always say Tachlum. Today they didn't because it's the Yahrzeit of the Ohr HaChaim. Let's open. I'm going to go through a few fascinating Ohr HaChaim. Please open to Ohr HaChaim. It's a commentary on Chumash. And Bereshit, we'll go 3 or 4 pieces in Bereshit. Look at Bereshit, Perek Bet. פסוק ב' ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי. זה אור החיים, בראשית ב' ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי. So the question is, מה פירוש ויכל אלוקים ביום השביעי? The Gemara really says that the world was created in 6 days. So מה זה ויכל? You have the Ohr HaChaim there?
Yes.
Good. אז תראה מה שהוא אומר. פשט הכתוב שבא ללמדנו שלא תחשוב שעשה מלאכה אחרת אחר כך ולא הוזכרה בתורה. Don't think Hashem did something after, but it's not mentioned. וזה אמר ויכל אלוקים פירוש תחילה מה שעלה בדעתו יתברך לעשות, which means by Friday afternoon the universe was completed. עכשיו השאלה היא, אבל מה פירוש ויכל אלוקים ביום השביעי? מה זה ביום השביעי? זה לא ביום השביעי, זה really ביום השישי. אוקיי, אז באמת רש"י says,
Yechut Hasara, that's famous Rashi.
Right. Which means we, ביאז, 12 or 5, 12, בדיוק ביום שישי, listen what he says. וכאן שלל גם כן שלא עשה מלאכה אחר השבת בו' ימים. אלא שיש לתת לב לאומרו אשר עשה ויכל אלוקים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, שלא היה צריך לומר אלא ויכל אלוקים מלאכתו. מה זה מלאכתו? אשר עשה. ויכל אלוקים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויכל אלוקים מלאכתו, היא completed. עוד יש להעיר, אומרו ביום השביעי משמע, כי ביום השביעי עשה מלאכה וקילה אותו, ואינו כן, כי ביום עבר הוא שקילה. Okay, so first he brings what Rashi said, but let's see what he says. Look, I'm skipping 4 lines. Look, ונראה שיכוון הכתוב, you see? You said you have a yard to do or something?
Thursday.
Thursday. So they just started to do. ונראה, no, I told Larry this morning, I plan a place to say every morning Tachnun. This morning they didn't because today the yard said it's Orach Chaim.
Oh, nice.
Orach Chaim died without kids. He wanted very much to have kids. Tens of thousands are attending this grave right now. But by Hasidim especially, what makes him very unique, he was a Sephardic Gaon in Morocco. Yes? Normally, the Hasidim are tuned into grand rabbis in Europe that speak their language. Here, he was adapted, the Orach Chaim by the Hasidim. It's like a mentor of the Hasidim. All the foundations of Judaism you can find here. What makes him very unique is you can find by his commentary very deep pshat based on halacha. Then, of course, sometimes he adds secrets of stuff that we cannot understand. For instance, we mentioned yesterday, Pinchas killed Zimri ben Salu. Why? Because publicly he had a relationship with the non-Jewish woman. By the way, Larry, where was it public? It was not in public, it was in a tent. So we learn, I mean, this is not from here.
There weren't people in the tent? Weren't there more than 10 people in the tent?
It was he and the woman.
Or just him and all? And that's all?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But the Gemara learns out from here that you do something that 10 people know, it's that you're doing it in front of them. Everyone knew that those tents are made, yeah, not to watch TV together, neither to read comics together. So what gave him the right to kill her? So the Orach Chaim interestingly says, we spoke about it in length, the same way you kill an animal that a man or woman have a relationship with, she is like a woman, because if you keep her alive, and she was a beautiful woman, and she happens to be a daughter of a king, it will be an everlasting humiliation to Pinchas. This is an example how he's using halacha. And interestingly enough, the Rambam says exactly the same. תשמע דבר מאוד מעניין לנו. But you can imagine a man of his stature or his madriga would be supported by people. He refused. And he insisted that he wants to be a jeweler. So he used to work once, twice a week until he had enough for the week. But the rest, he wanted so much children and didn't. So when his brother died without kids, he was Meyabem, his sister-in-law, and he left children with her either. So those who visit his grave today, you can see that near his tombstone, there are 2 others. This is the 2 wives to his sister-in-law. But what's very, very interesting is the Jordanian in the 60s and 70s were trying to plow some of the cemetery. You're there, you have to see it. So unfortunately, they destroyed many graves, but his grave, they couldn't destroy. You can see the grave is there. More money. Anyway.
They couldn't because it was...
Couldn't because the bulldozer twice tumbled over and stuff. אבל זה מעניין מאוד. I'm showing you, this is over 250 years ago, around 250. And today, in hundreds of shuls, today people commemorate the memory of a man.
So some rabbis make trips to Morocco. That's one of the sites, one of the
I
places.
know, but he is buried, in Yerushalayim. Oh, no, not Morocco. He's buried in Yerushalayim.
Buried in Yerushalayim.
What?
Yeah, we were there. We were there. It was.
Of course. Well, but זה מעניין מאוד the way you commemorate. You know what I mean? So look now, the Or HaChaim wants to explain what does it mean by Echal Elokim by Yom HaShvi. We say it every Friday night. Well, it means Hashem completed the universe Friday afternoon. Okay, so Rashi says, and he brings Rashi, that it's almost by the seventh. Look what he says. This is a good example and a concept. Listen. ונראה שיכוון הכתוב לומר על דרך אומרם, listen carefully, כי העולם היה רופף ורועד עד שבאה השבת ונתקיים העולם ונתייסד. You hear what he says? He says there is a midrash that tells us that the world was shaking, so to say, until Shabbat. So by Echal Elohim, by Yom HaShvi, by establishing Shabbat in the world, Shabbat locks in the universe. Here, so not this something happened on Shabbat.
It's the finishing touch, so to speak.
Right. So this piece corresponds very well. You know, by Kiddush we say Ki Sheishet Yamim Asa Hashem et Hashamayim v'et haaretz. In proper Hebrew it should say Ki Be Sheishet Yamim. מה זה Ki Sheishet Yamim? Yeah? Ki Sheshet Yamim. Ki Be, in 6 days, says the Or HaChaim La'ari here, that the battery of the universe has energy for 6 days. Friday afternoon, so to say, the battery is running out of juice. When we keep Shabbat, it says, we are re-energizing the world to give it power to continue. This is what he gains by the Gemara says that whoever says by Yichul Friday night becomes a partner in creation. The question is, the world was created thousands of years ago. How can you become a partner? Answer, he says, the Or HaChaim, every 6 days we have to recreate, re-energize.
Well, that's what Tamachadesh Betuvo B'chol Yom Tamid.
But this is exactly what it means. So according to his interpretation, Shabbat, now what's really amazing is that he is listing that from creation there was someone who kept Shabbat, Adam HaRishon, then Shet, then Noach, then... So let's read what he says again. ונראה שיכוון הכתוב לומר על דרך אומרם כי העולם היה רופף ורועד עד שבאה השבת ונתקיים העולם ונתייסד. והכוונה הוא כי ביום שבת, listen to his language, ברא השם נפש, the soul of the universe is שבת. והוא סוד אומרו וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. Fascinating. So this is one, yeah. If you remember on Tfilah Shabbat morning, we say, in the Tfilah, בסידור, סידור, Larry, which parts of the tefillot do you remember without looking at the siddur? Those, every Shabbat morning when I pray, in the back of my mind, I have the pressure, I have to say something in shul.
That's
Ask every rabbi.
what, well, the same thing with a student. Sometimes he comes into class.
But sometimes when I look at a student, I would ask him, on which beach are you now?
Right. Well, that's why, that's what they say after Shemona Esrei, you're supposed to say Tefillah HaDerech, because your mind has been traveling the whole time.
You say Oseh Shalom, no one is supposed to step into your area.
So Rabbi Prague opened a speech once at Bnei Sheretz Yonah when he was here for Shabbat Thot. And he said there was a rabbi in Eastern Europe that used to have his speeches exactly 7 minutes every day without fail. I said, how do you do it? He said, well, that's my trip from home to school. So that's how I find my speeches. He said, so I came from Borough Park today. It took me 45 minutes to get
I used to come here when Rabbi Harari Alav Shalom left to another shul for half a year. I came every Shabbos. So it was 2.3 miles. Took me 55 minutes.
He said, I can't Borough Park. It took me 55 minutes to
See,
get
sometimes I want to find a rabbi who lives a little closer to the shul.
Listen carefully what we say on Shabbat. השביעי רצית בו, השביעי, ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג. עם מקדשי שביעי, כולם ישבעו ויתענגו מטובך, תקשיב טוב, והשביעי רצית בו, וקידשתו, you sanctify, חמדת ימים אותו קראת. מה פירוש המילה חמדה? Israel is ארץ חמדה טובה ורחבה. נודה לך השם אלוקינו, we say ברכת המזון, you give it. חמדה means desire, yes? אני לא תחמוד, don't desire. Where does it say that Shabbat is חמדת ימים? Look here. חמדת ימים אותו קראת. Where is it? Says the אור החיים. You שומע? Go to the next piece in the אור החיים, ולמה שפירשתי, now skip to the next piece, ולמה שפירשתי בפסוק ויחולו, שומע טוב? שהוא לשון שוקה בחשק. ויחולו normally means, ויחולו השמיים והארץ, the universe was completed. But ויחולו, yes? יש פסוק נחשפה וגם קלטה נפשי. שומע, but it's a beautiful pshat now. It comes out.
Because it's the play on the word on kala.
ונכון, אבל זה יוצא, שומע, אז חמדת ימים אותו קראת, where? ויחולו השמיים והארץ, Hashem was waiting for Shabbat to come. Why? We said before, Mel, that today is the Yortzeit of the Or HaChaim HaKadosh. Tens of thousands of people are visiting his grave, and tens of thousands of Jews all over the world, all over. In Yerushalayim, outside of the... Because he died without kids, so many people learn today what he said, or many people visit the grave, or many people light a candle. The shul that I was this morning, they put cake on the table, everyone should say, Nishma Or HaChaim. So we're learning a few pieces from the Or HaChaim. So this is one piece. Let's go now to another piece. Go to Parashat Vayera by Akedat Yitzchak. Here.
22.
Akedat Yitzchak, this is there. I'll tell you the page by you in a minute.
Perek Chaf Bet, but what pasuk?
Yeah. Let me look a second. There are always different editions. Here I was trying to bring the same edition. This way we can see a few chidushim of the Or HaChaim. Did you ever ask yourself here? So it's page Shin Ayin Zayin. You see Shin or a little before, like them.
Good.
Look at Pasuk Aleph. Veha Elokim Nisa. You see, in the middle of a piece, Veha Elokim Nisa. You're looking for the Or HaChaim. Veha Elokim Nisa. You have it? Come, if you see it near Mel, I'll give you the Chumash here.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Just a minute, I'll give it to you in a minute.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good morning, Larry.
Boker Tov, Mal.
See the bottom, Veha Elokim Nisa.
I'm sorry, Rabbi. Show me here.
On the bottom, where it says Or HaChaim. Look at my finger, look at it. It's the same,
Right
it's
here.
the same text. Same text. His question, he was a master. Larry likes it. He's a master of text, besides million other things. מה זה ויהי אחר הדברים האלה, והאלוקים ניסה את אברהם. מי שיצא אלוקים ניסה, always meant and. סדר אור החיים, אמר והאלוקים בתוספת ו' וה' מלבד ניסיונות שקדמו. This is number 10. והאלוקים, in addition to the 9 challenges that he was challenged already, and he was passing them with flying colors, והאלוקים ניסה את אברהם. Now what bothers him is, if God communicates with Abraham, why does he have to call him Abraham? I see Mel Cohen. I want to talk to him.
You have to call my name.
I stop in front of him and I start to talk to him. Says the Or HaChaim, ויאמר אליו אברהם, טעם הקריאה להודיעו קודם, כי בא האלוקים לשאול ממנו דבר גדול. Abraham understood that by calling him by name, I have something big to ask you. והבין Abraham got the message, ואמר אליו הנני. הנני means, I understand from the word Abraham that you are about to ask me, challenge me something big, and I'm accepting it. הריני מוכן. Look how he analyzes every word. כך, now, take, please. What is it, please? Hashem should have told him כך.
Yeah.
רמז לו, פירוש, תקף ומיד, ולא שאלת זמן. ואף זה מהניסיון שלא ישאר ממנו זמן, כמעשה בת יפתח, שרצה אביה לעלותה עולה ושאלה ממנו בית חודשים. We have a famous biblical story that the judge Yiftach made a vow that if he comes successfully from the war,
Next thing he comes out of here.
he would, the first creature that comes out of the door, he would sacrifice. Unfortunately, his daughter came. Now, you do understand that if he wanted really to save a neck, he should have gone to the Kohen Gadol, Pinchas, and annul the nether. But he said, I am the judge. He's the Kohen. Come to me. You sacrifice your doodle for your ego. We all do it one way or another. Over there, anyway, she comes to her father and she tells him, if you really have to do it, let me have 2 months. She spent time with her friends. This is text. That's always text. Says the Or HaChaim HaKadosh, you waited for your kid till the age of 99. You are told to sacrifice. Give me a few months. Says the Or HaChaim, part of the challenge is now, immediately. Look again. Perush, take him immediately. ולא שאלת זמן. This is part of the challenge. Now he's saying something that not everyone agrees, but he's entitled to say what he said. Look at the next piece. Na normally means please. עוד רמז לו שיקח את שרה בדברים להתרצות עליו. Did you ever ask yourself? It doesn't say in the text, when he takes Yitzchak, did he say to Sarah, hug him, kiss him, goodbye?
Oh, he got up early in the morning.
He says that in the kachna means talk to your wife and convince her that you have a special mission. So he says, listen, he brings a midrash that no one knows, of course. וכן אמרו, כל אותו הלילה היה אברהם מפייס לשרה. The entire night, Abraham was trying to appease his wife, להסכים עמו שיוליכנו בעיר, ללמדו תורה דור רבו. He didn't tell her, I'm taking him to sacrifice him. I'm taking him to a place that he might not come back because he has to study. See?
You might not come back because why?
Because he's destined to study
there.
Torah forever. I mean, why doesn't he say that he was trying to convince Sarah to the challenge of sacrificing him? Because everyone knows that in the first pasuk in Chayei Sarah, you remember?
Yeah, that's the famous question. How come she
Why
died after
Sarah died?
because she got panicked after she heard that her son was.
In the language of the commentator, every challenge a man has is being given strength to overcome. Because this was not the challenge of Sarah, this is why when she heard about it, she died right away.
So it was not her
Which
challenge.
means
It was his.
it was not her challenge.
Wow. Wow.
One of the great current Hasidic rabbis, באמת, did for thousands of Romanian Jews. He was in jail in Romania. Yeah? In jail because he was smuggling many Jews out of. He starts to pray as a long time. Listen good. Baruch she'amar ve'haya olam. He prays Hashem. Amar, he said, Baruch omer, ve'oseh. What is Baruch? The entire Baruch she'amar is praises of Hashem. Except, מה זה ברוך גוזר? גוזר means makes a decree. מקיים, he fulfills it. Why are you putting it into the praises? He is in jail among inmates, and he's asking himself, what is Gozer Mekayem? This is what he said. Hashem makes a decree but gives you Baruch Shama every morning before Shachrit. But Gozer Mekayem means it gives you the inner strength to be omed in the Messiah. Baruch Gozer, but it gives you the strength to continue. It is good. This is a midrash we never heard before.
So what's the na? Please, what's the?
To please everyone around, that the taking him should be accepted by everyone, including Sarah.
I think Baruch Gozer Mekayem has more to do with Brit.
נכון, אבל זה לא נכנס טוב בברוך שאמר.
Yeah, I understand.
No, because ברוך שאמר basically is talking to us. Basically, ברוך שאמר is the introduction of תפילה. So basically, it's talking to us on a daily basis. The Brit, we're bringing in Am Yisrael.
I think it's interesting. We're reading Et Bincha Yechidecha, talking about how he didn't have children, and how he points out here that the greatest love is the love for your children.
Later, he says it later. In a minute.
Yeah.
Luke, Charles Essex had 2 grandsons on Sunday.
Oh,
One from his daughter and one from his son. Both on Sunday.
Baruch Hashem.
You just had
Yeah, Sunday. His daughter gave birth to a boy and his son gave birth to a boy.
Mabruk. So 2 of your children.
No, I'm talking
He's
Charles
telling
Essex.
you
Charles
to
Essex.
say Mabruk to
Charles
Charles Essex.
Essex.
If you see.
Yeah.
Now he's telling Abraham et bincha את יחידך אשר אהבת. So
That's Rashi's all over. Rashi,
everyone knows.
famous Rashi.
Rashi says, I have two sons. Says,
Yeah.
Yechidcha, the only one. And he says, each one of them is the only one to his mother. Asher Avta, I love both of them, and Yitzchak. We never ever pay too much attention. Abraham says, I love both the same. Do you realize? Unfortunately, Ishmael is listening to the Orach Chaim gives you a different spin completely. Look at the Orach Chaim, Et Mincha.
Are you still in the same section?
Yeah, on the bottom left.
Look a second on the left.
I'm on the left.
Et Mincha. Look. 4
Got it,
lines
got
before.
The second last.
Et Mincha, כאן רמז לגימל האבות שחייבה התורה לכל איש ישראל לאהוב את הבורא ברוך הוא. Hashem is talking to him, each one of us, as ואהבת את השם אלוקיך בכל לבבך, all your heart, בכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. The Orach Chaim is trying to say that בנך יחידך אשר אהבת refers, look what he says. כאן רמז לגימל האבות שחייבה התורה לכל האיש מישראל לאהוב הבורא ברוך הוא בכל לב, בכל נפש ובכל מאוד. בכל לב אין לך דבר שחביב בלב האדם כאהבת הבנים. We don't love anything more than our children. So והוא אמרו את בנך, בנך corresponds to בכל לבבך. Turn the page. Look at here. Go to the opposite page here.
One page forward and on the left side.
Okay, where?
Where it says Orach Chaim.
Got it.
וכנגד בכל נפשך. בכל נפשך means you have to be willing to give your life. אמר את יחידך, את בנך, וכיוון שאין לו הוא הנפש. The apple, in our language, the apple of your eye is your son. You have the only one. כי מי שאין לו בנים חשוב כמת. So בכל, את בנך is בכל לבבך. יחידך, because he's your only one, is the apple of your eye. This is your nefesh. ובכל מאודיך means more than all your possessions. אמר אשר אהבת פירוש, אותו אהבת יותר מכל קנייניך. You love him more than all your possessions. וכל קניינו כנגדו, everything Abraham owned, right? הוא עין, is nothing. ואף על פי כן העלינו. ונתכוון השם לפרט כל זה, להודיעו שהגם שישנו אצלו בכל הדרגות, אף על פי כן חפץ השם. Hashem says, even though he is the apple of your eye, of your heart, אף על פי כן עליהו לעולם. The next piece, everything we learned now is more or less within concepts that we hear more or less. Let me show you one piece that he says, it is a foundation of many drashot that you hear from many people, but go now to the parashat Vayeshev at the end. Tell you the page. It's Perek Lamed Chet. פרק למ"ח, פסוק,
Turning forward.
ממש, very much forward. I just have to see exactly, I'm looking for a certain.
These numbers here you want to use?
It's a page Tavshin Chav, just a minute.
Where's the way through?
Yeah,
Okay.
Give me just a second, I'm looking for one particular piece.
Keep going, wait towards, almost towards the back, one third left at the back.
Third of the book.
He says, I'm giving you an introduction to understand.
This entire book is the Order Chaim, Rabbi?
Oh,
Or
there's one of the
No,
commentaries.
this book has many
much?
commentators, and one of them, in Israel, among the serious people, not the Baba type. If you have a real problem, you come to the kever, you take upon yourself to study it every week, and thousands of people were saved.
the Order Chaim?
The children are saved from other. I'm talking about sincere commitment. You know, Rabbi, did you ever meet Rabbi Bina, Larry?
Well, it was funny you say that because when I was with Steve and Lenny one time, it was the yard site, and we were at the kever after a wedding at 5 o'clock in the morning with Rabina.
He's a very, very big supporter,
Yeah.
and he basically initiated a print of the Orach Chaim with all the commentators of him. As a matter of fact, when I was there, right, Shavuot time, I had my grandson, as a joke, I said to Rabbi Bina, give him a bracha. He says, go to the kever of the Orach Chaim. There are thousands.
Yeah.
Rabbi Bina is
The
an authority
Rosh-
on the Order Chaim?
He's the Rosh Yeshiva for Yeshiva in the old city.
Hmm.
But he promotes very, very much because he himself had a very serious cancer more than once. And he says to me, look at me. Would you believe 25 years ago I'll still be like this? So this is Orach Chaim.
Should bless him. Should have full of fortune.
No, but remember, you understand, everyone loves different types of promises of Babas because you go out and you have to say, this is commitment for life. You come to the kever and you say, I'm taking upon myself to do it so. I mean, you have to learn every week. This is the man is a serious commentator. It's a different type of commitment. Yeah, but I'm looking, a little bit tonight, I saw it, give me a minute, okay? Just a second. Basically, what he wants to explain is, remember, this is already a totally Kabbalistic approach, but the concept you heard before, how is it possible that Yehuda stripped and had a relationship with Tamar? Yes? I mean, this was orchestrated for a reason. So he says here,
Didn't you tell us that was taken away from him? It was just, he was put into a situation.
Correct, no.
And he lost that
No,
ability
no,
to
no.
stop, or something like that. I forgot what you
his
thought.
question is, but why?
Why did it happen?
See, this is not for Saudah Shlishi, this is serious, deep stuff. Of course, no, what you say is,
No, it's what you
how
told
can
me.
Yehuda see a very attractive prostitute and go to so it's taken away from him.
Right, you said that was
But there
removed.
is someone up there that was orchestrating you driving to work. Why is Hashem let him be there an hour before and one after?
Yeah.
Obviously, he was pushed into it. Why? It's Yehuda. I mean, he's running the house of Yaakov.
Rabbi, wasn't this simple, Mehila? But only from what you told us.
Let's just read Orach Chaim,
Okay.
let's say whatever. No, it's very possible.
Mashiach.
that,
Mashiach has to come, and it comes through a weird.
let's listen to the man who said just a minute.
Trick the Satan. I forgot what the. Do we know where Yehuda is buried?
I don't think so.
No? I never heard of anybody going to the care that of Yehuda.
No, I'm sure that first of all you are a Kohen, so
Near. I guess you pay enough money to a tour guide, he'll take you to a care.
or if you pay, they'll find you whatever you want. Whatever you want. Some of them never open the Tanakh, but there's a tour guide, they'll give you.
But they'll find you what you want.
But you do understand that for hundreds of years there are certain type of graves that
Right.
And those who-
Yosef, they know where that is.
Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov,
Right,
and Adam,
Right.
Now you look at yours, you have direct. He says, let me share with you something that so I'm just trying to see, is he saying it after they were born or not?
So we'll have AI and all these commentaries, and we could just search, put in a phrase, and it will come out someday.
Then you'll be more confused than before.
The most dangerous thing to Judaism is AI.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Sure.
It's because most people know nothing. But
Yeah.
AI said it, is it?
Therefore, that's
Has to be correct,
My son was with his sons.
You told us you had a
They had
situation.
a dairy meal and a meat meal together. Could they make some room together? So let's ask AI. And of course, his friend was Rabbi Hamid. It's not correct. Tell AI, are you sure? Okay, they gave him another opinion, which is also wrong. Are you sure? It took 2-3 times to find out. I made it. AI said I made a mistake. Here's the right answer.
Anyway, Chabala. Let me tell you by heart what I saw this morning, but I cannot find. He says, Adam HaRishon was the father of every soul till the end of the universe. The minute he sinned, he contaminated many. He says Adam HaRishon is like a tree. Yes? He says the job of us, the observant Jew, what is supposed to be the job of everyone, is to clean and bring back to what it was supposed to be. So he says very often, because of the mistake that he made, many souls are lost in enemy territory. I mean, this is my language, of course. Yes? A good example that he gives is when Dinah is raped by Shem, believe it or not, later, one of the, Larry knows it because by Ashkenazim we have a prayer called Asara Udei Malchut. One of them is Rab Chanina ben Tradion, yes? The Kabbalistics say that she is a descendant of the rape of Dinah. What does it mean? It means that somehow the soul of this holy man was taken by and had to come back only through an ugly way. So basically what Mel said before,
I didn't say it. You said it.
Because remember, who came out from the union, from the relationship between Yehuda and Tamar? Peretz and Chetzron. In Megillat Ruth, at the end of Megillat Ruth, the lineage of Oved, the father of Yishai, the grandfather of David, is being taken back. So since something so powerful had to come out, so this is why it was orchestrated. And is, as you said, it's so to say, its choice was taken away in order to bring it from a so-called prostitute. He says more than that. But this is a real piece. Chabad. This morning I saw it. I came early because I prayed earlier. Anyway, he says this is why Lot had to have a relationship with his daughter. Right. Well, this was Mashiach. Also to create. So again, to bring back, you see, he's not using so much the language to hide from Satan. He says to complete the universe. Our job, each one of us, is basically to fulfill our mission. And by doing that, I mean, sometimes there are such a bizarre story. Bizarre. I'll give a fascinating story. We'll finish with that. There was a typical Jewish, totally unaffiliated, financially doing very well in New Jersey. I forgot the name of the town. Anyway, all the names are in the story. Here, Larry, they had only one child who was really brilliant. He was accepted to every Ivy League, but the parents couldn't let him go. I mean, they couldn't, one child. So they decided to look for the nearest college near home. This way he comes every night at home. He found a Catholic, very good church. So he had 2 Jewish parents with a kid that come in. they're meeting the dean. And he says to them, you're Jewish. Why are you? So they're totally unaffiliated, it's fine. But he says, part of our education is every day, this is a religious, not only you have to pray, you have to take classes in religion. And your son, so they say, okay, so let him skip it. He says, he's coming to school.
Do the whole program.
To do the program. So then he says to them, because you're Jewish, he has to take classes in Judaism because we believe in it was a sincere
sources of Judaism.
So they say to him, who is going to teach you? He says, I. He's joking. Anyway, they wanted very much the kid to be there, they agree. So here is a Jewish kid, unaffiliated, and the priest. They thought it's a joke, he was there with him, the book of Bereshit, whatever. Anyway, the priest was teaching him Hebrew. This is a good story. He teach Hebrew, he taught him how to understand Rashi. He taught him Mishnayot also. Obviously, the question is where. Anyway, until the kid comes home, Larry, if you look at the book that is printed, all the names are there of Tishma. Anyway, the kid starts to come home and the parent thought he's crazy. He says to his parents, I am Jewish. I understand what being Jewish is about. And the parents go crazy. So what? He says, I would like to make you Jewish. Anyway, when he graduates, he really was graduating, he was an honest student. He's asking his mentor, the priest, more than many people in Jewish.
He's Jewish also.
This is what he said. You know the story? No. He says, I was a very thirsty man for religion, and I came to the old city. And I was a young man. And a man approached me by the counter, would you like to have a taste of Judaism? I said, yes. He took me to a Shabbat by someone. I was fascinated. And anyway, he enrolled me in Asia Torah. So I learned in Asia Torah to read, to understand, and I loved it. But I never told anyone that I'm Catholic. And I'm planning to become a priest. After a year and a half or something, I had to go back to go to college. And he came to Rabbi Weinberg, who was the head of what? He said, you have to read it. He says, he exploded. He says, how can you do it? How can you deceive us for a year and a half? We put so much into you because you have a great potential. And he says, you were screaming. And I felt very ashamed. He says to me, I'll never forgive you unless you take this knowledge and you say the Jewish soul.
Wow.
Your son is the Shomea.
Amazing.
He says now, the priest says now I feel relieved because now I completed my part. But this is
the plan.
The reason I'm telling you,
Fantastic.
I'm telling it to you now is to show you how a lost soul can come back home by a priest in a Catholic church, Catholic school.
Unbelievable.
The way this, you have to see.
Unbelievable.
What crazy Rabbi Weinberg says, how much we invested in you, and I'm not allowed to teach you the knowledge that I told you.
Not permitted.
It says only if you use it. It says today I gave back to your son everything I learned. Have a wonderful day.
I'll see you tonight, Rabbi Prague. Have a safe day. Be
Now,
safe.
let me say his name. Do you have names?
I forgot. I have to